waves against its hull are all you can hear. About 2 weeks ago, the crew set sail, heading out into the glorious seas to the west of Saltmarsh. And now, the party finds themselves sailing off into the distance, ready to seek adventure in the Isles of the Sea Princes. Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and those in between. My name is Hawk Johansson, and this is The Seas of Saltmarsh, Episode 2. Finally. It's been a while, so let's give a quick recap to everybody. So, last campaign, honestly, in the glorious realms of Saltmarsh, our party fought a god, learned about the ancient properties of the Pieces of Eight, and how they related to the ancient Sea Princes, a group of mighty pirates who once ruled the land. And, yeah, it's a good time. Good time for everybody. And, yeah, that's, And now, they're heading out to the Isles of the Sea Princes, a vast collection of islands where the Sea Princes were supposedly... Where the Sea Princes supposedly hid their Pieces of Eight, hoping to find them all and claim ultimate power. Whether or not they do that, I mean, well, that's up to them, honestly. We'll just have to see how that happens. But for now, let's go ahead and introduce our mighty crew once more. Mr. Shinzo, what would your character be doing as part of his daily sailing routine?
He'd be sharpening his blades, making sure they're nice and ready for battle.
Fair enough. How about you, Captain Sorok? What is the mighty orcish captain doing?
Well, what better place than being at the helm itself?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Mr. Ryan, what about perfectly normal human, Ikarath?
Ikarath would be sitting down, simply reading and trying to sort of keep his mind clear.
All right. Does the swaying of the boat not agree with the Snake Man?
Well, the swaying is fine. It's just unsure of what we are going to encounter at these islands. He's basically preparing his mind for anything.
Understandable. What about Miss Helica, the Phyrexian Queen of Saltmarsh?
Helica would be doing what she was doing when she was still breathing and stuff. Push-ups and whatever. Her, while that, her shadow detaches and is actually playing chess with Charlotte. While Helica is doing her push-ups, she is levitating a orb of glistening black oil. And as she's doing that, it's a form of meditation as she's connecting with and gleaning more information pertaining to the role of a praetor and how what her role is further going to be down the line. So that's basically it. Just more so meditating and thinking about the trials ahead upon these tides, of course.
All right. Awesome. And Miss Chantel, go right ahead.
Chantel is going back and forth with the chessboard. Unpredictable moves. And she looks at Halika, and then looks at the whole flock of seagulls surrounding her, swirling about. And she throws pieces of bread at it as she's looking down at her chessboard. And then begins to talk. Well, how are you all today?
Mine. Squawk. Bread.
Oh yeah, she throws even more crumbs.
Squawk.
And she begins to look down to the water as it flows and just scatters away. And I wonder what the fish are like as she looks down.
The fish around and beneath the vessel seem to be trying to avoid the vessel. They're just kind of they seem to be swimming and flowing around it, casually moving away from it as they go. It's a giant thing in the water. The fish avoid giant things in the water in case they're predators.
And she turns around again, making her next move on her chessboard. Oh, check me, Talika.
Shit.
You've yet to win.
Well, how was I supposed to know the king wasn't supposed to move? Alright, let's start over. And that's that.
That's... what is it now? 21-0?
Don't... stop doing that.
Alright. And finally, we have Amo and his gigantic bee friend, Bigglesby.
Almost sitting on the prow of the ship, chewing on a toothpick and watching the horizon, shooting an arrow out every now and then for Bigglesby to go and grab as they whittle the time away.
As Amo shoots one of his arrows out, thump, he notices far off in the horizon a tinge of green, slowly rising up.
Land ho!
Sorok, a moment later, the Blackheart pirate in the crow's nest calls down, "Land ho!" and points in the same direction.
Sorok would motion for the second most experienced pirate in the ship, which would be the only other member of the previous crew, to hold the wheel for a bit. Lassie, you mind holding this for me for a bit? As he pulls out a telescope.
All right. As you peer through the telescope, and one of your orcish friends taking control of it and steering the boat for you, you peer out over the horizon to find a large, long wall of trees rising up to the southwest.
It just makes Sorok grin just to see just another landmass that was a Saltmarsh for once. As he then starts barking orders loudly and boisterously, as if trying to get everyone on their feet and actually moving and about and trying to get everything ready to prepare for a stopping of the sails and prepping to come ashore.
All right. As you start barking your orders, your navigator approaches you with the map, aka the map you're looking at right now, and points out to you, "Captain, we're coming down. If we turn towards it, we'll be coming down towards it from the northeast. Do we want to go around this island to see to that spot marked as the Merfolk Kingdom?
I want to explore this place, but the merfolk are one of the ones that we want to get closer to. I say we get closer to the island, check me and some of the crew will go ashore, check out what's there. And if nothing of interest, we'll just hop back on the ship and start moving south.
Aye, sir.
Understood?
Aye, sir. Men, move out! You ain't the captain, you lazy lad! Get to it!
As he shouts to the party, that includes you lot!
Sir, yes, sir?
It be Captain in this case.
Captain, yes, Captain.
There we go.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Helica accesses. She heard something. Continues doing her push-ups.
I'll walk off the bow onto Bigglesby, and we'll, like, fly up and see what we can see from up there.
As you fly up, go ahead and roll me a perception check. Let's see what you find. As I actually open up the document file with all of the information.
God damn.
That's a pretty good roll, my dude. Special.
Nat 20 for the first roll of the session. Damn.
Yeah. Alright. While I pull up these details, real quick, special thanks to Michael Gelfie, RPG Audio, a channel on YouTube devoted to tabletop gaming audio files, for that amazing sailing ship music, background noise. Oh.
In the case, it works.
Yeah. Alright. Ammo. That's it. That's your character's name. I remember that.
Wait, my character has a name? Since when?
Surprise, motherfucker. Amo would sitting on top of Bigglesby as you fly up into the sky, his buzzing wings droning around you as you peer off into the distance with your epic ranger-trained eyes. You would see it looks like a long island with lots of plants and forests.
Nothing sticking out of the top or anything from this angle?
No. But as you, starting from what you would recognize as the southeastern tip, the majority of the island is covered in, sparse plant life. Looks like a small forest. But as it goes up, it gets thicker and thicker to the point where it looks like a tropical jungle. And you spot along, within the trees and foliage of this massive plant island, you see a lot of movement. And you can spot, way way off in the distance, miles away, what looks like small figures moving through the trees.
I will, come back down to the ship. Oh, Captain, my captain. The captain of my captain who is my captain.
Alright. What's up?
I can see movement in the trees from way over here. So either this shit's enchanted, or there's some pretty big beasties in there.
That or natives.
We can see how far away I'm seeing them from. Those are some big natives. We'll probably want to make landfall in the south, where it's less dense, and work our way north.
and thus he turns and starts barking to move southward towards the southern part of the island.
Oh,
So, the plans of still making landfall is intended.
yep. All right. As you,
Just keep an eye on the lowest humanoid things, if they're humanoid. I'm gonna take a guess that's the case. But
Well,
you keep an eye on them.
I'll keep an eye out. Probably do a flyover as we're coming in.
And you come
Sure.
down and warn me anytime they actually are seemingly following all ship's movements. If they are, then they are well aware we're here.
aye,
Keep
sir.
an eye out.
All right. As you, as the ship comes to as the ship slows on the eastern, like near the eastern tip of the island, as you all board the dinghies and start setting off, who are y'all bringing with you onto the island?
Well, they're untested. So, I'm probably gonna bring along the marauders and pirates, leaving the buccaneers and archers on the ship.
All right.
I'll bring Arula with me.
All right. Orilla will come with you. Anyone else want to bring someone with?
I'd be bringing the knights with me, leaving the rest of my people on the boat.
You got it.
Violet's always on my side. I wake her up.
As you wake up Violet, she looks up at you drearily. Yes.
You look a bit pale. Why not go out today?
Don't I always look pale, my lady?
Yes, but maybe you can get a bit more vitamin D today.
If she wasn't crazy, I'd give her some vitamin D. A.
Womp womp.
Now that I feel bad about myself.
Come on,
Eh.
I'll bring you breakfast on the way.
All right.
Oh, sorry, Amma.
Oh, I was going to say I'm going to bring Bigglesby and Random Druid number 5.
Random Druid number 5.
Yes, I haven't made up his name yet.
It's Steven.
Yeah, I'll bring Steven.
Awesome. All right. As the group, as your fairly sizable group, save for Orilla and Helica, who can just fly over because Sphinx. As the group piles into the dinghies and starts canoeing their way over to the tip of the island, it takes you a good hour to get there. But as you scrape the dinghies up onto the boats, the knights and the marauders are happy to jump out and start patrolling, trying to get a good gauge on what exactly this place is. Where is it? Ooh. It's a new island. The island itself, the beach that you're standing on is not made of sand, but rather something more akin to like dirt. As the group steps into it, your feet kind of sink into it a bit as it squishes up around you.
Kind of like mud.
Yeah, like mud, but it feels more granular than mud. Almost like I would say quicksand, except you're not sinking in it. You can see
Take a sample.
as you pick it up, and is Chantel wearing gloves?
No.
Are you touching it with your bare hands, or are you picking it up with magic or an instrument or anything like that?
She'll cast a mage hand and grab a handful.
As you use the mage hand to grab a handful, you see some of it, like clumps of it, dropping off and splatting onto the ground. The comparison to mud is accurate, but you can tell that the chunks falling off are more like, like tiny particles of something in like a thick fluid. And as you bring it closer, looking at it closely, taking a sniff, you find that it smells like rotting wood.
Rotting wood. Very familiar to the forest we've been. But not quite.
Looking up at the actual forest, you can see massive trees rising up towards the horizon, rising up into the sky. Deep and bright green foliage clash with each other against a cyan background. These trees are massive, with huge roots that seem to erupt out of the ground and then dive back in. Sea serpents of wood roiling in the muddy earth.
This is quite a sight.
Definitely an interesting place.
You guys think the trees are going to eat us?
I like how if you look at the map, it actually looks like what Hawk described. If you look, it looks like the roots, because of the paint is bleeding upon the map, so it kind of looks like it.
That was my plan the whole time. Wahaha.
If I'm being perfectly honest, as he takes a deep breath, could be easily that this place might be more something interesting.
Something dark side.
Though he would actually lean down to actually take a hold of some of the ground himself to actually with his fingerless gloves to see how it feels in the hand, kind of thing.
It feels gritty. And as you feel it, you can feel like some thick particles like breaking up. And the smell of rotting wood intensifies as it does.
Yep. I think this is a bunch of dead trees.
It's the dead trees. They're clearly climbing and climbing and climbing. So she looks up at the trees steadily growing.
Of course, then he just gestures the bit of the ground that he picked up, and more or less has Helica try to feel it herself, as well as take a whiff of it, kind of thing.
Helica obliges, and you see her third eye open. Actually, she tastes it.
It tastes like wood.
Oh, you're right.
Well, I wasn't going to suggest it tasted, but
You never know. I say we head towards it.
Shinto turns around and sort of quips, it's quite possible that they're still alive. It's normal in very heavily dense forested areas that the ground beneath them are really just rotting vegetation. It gives them nutrients to thrive and grow so large.
Rubs chin. Okay, heads towards the snake vine trees.
As you walk...
Sorok.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Sorok is following suit, just more or less taking a lead pose, but more or less following Helica's lead in that front.
As the two of you walk towards the big trees in the distance, you, like all of your crew following behind you, you would immediately notice them. Like anyone with a passive perception of 12 or higher would immediately spot these creatures. As hiding in the trees, like not like camouflaged by the foliage, but still very visible, are bizarre looking entities. Tall, slender, and spiky, with bright green skin and needle-like protrusions all across their bodies. They blend in quite well, but it seems like they're not trying to. It seems like they're like just standing there, watching the party, wondering if you'll notice them.
Hey, Ammo, do you bring one of them druids?
What, you talking about Steve?
Steven.
Yeah, what do you know what these are?
Well, I assume that tree folk of some sort. What do you think, Steve?
Steve looks up at the creatures. Yes.
Thank you,
So that-
Steve.
So they're literally trees.
Yes.
And are they sentient?
He kind of waffles back and forth with it before nodding. Yes.
Okay, remind me not to do any damage to the trees.
Yes.
Okay. Anywho,
Captain, do you
you,
think we
Steve.
should try to make contact?
I'm going to try. As Sorok would actually start approaching.
They
Howdy.
immediately scurry back into the trees away from you.
Hey, wait! We just wanted to talk.
They haven't like run away completely, but it's clear that they're very afraid of you. Like they're not sure what you are.
Yeah, I was gonna do something, but I realized that would even spook them further. I was gonna have Helica tell Arla to go retrieve Wildflower, but I realized she's Phyrexian out, so yeah.
That might not be
Hmm.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Hawk, can we still see them at all?
Oh
Or are
yeah,
they-
oh yeah. You can now that you've spotted them, you can see like all of them. And for the record, there's like 20.
How far away from them are they roughly? Or from us?
About 80, 90 feet ish.
Can I send a message to one that I can see?
Like as in the spell? Sure.
Yes. And simply say, we only wish to speak with you all. There's no need to be afraid.
You can hear the one you send the message to chittering, skittering, and like some kind of language like to the others.
Well,
It's all quiet for a moment. And then one of them steps out and starts walking towards the party.
Varath would sort of gesture to everyone, just like, hold still. I told them that we come in peace. We just want to talk.
Helica rests her hands behind her back then and listens attentively with a smile.
As it approaches, it's like long, tendril-like legs start to glow as it casts a spell of some kind.
Oh, oh,
Oh wow.
like something you see in a trip, you know? Okay, I see.
They look kind of like mantises.
Yeah, I
It's
was thinking the
cute.
same thing.
Mantis, crab, pineapple.
The way it moves is also unusual, tilting its head back and forth and moving in like jerky motions. And yet its legs move very steadily, very cautiously, walking slowly and purposefully. Whereas the rest of its body, its upper body, is kind of like jerky and like twitching from one position to another. It begins talking, and I don't remember, but do any of you know Sylvan?
Oh, you think the fairy boy doesn't know Sylvan?
Amo does know Sylvan. Does anyone else know Sylvan?
Nope!
I do not.
I most certainly don't.
Helica.
No, she does. I don't remember.
Helica knows Aquatic and Elven. And
Oh.
Shinzo, I don't know why I'm asking. Oh, wow, he actually knows Elven. Okay. I thought it was just going to be common. I'm too stupid to know other languages.
Well, see, that ties in with the backstory thing. Remember?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
As Amo is approached by as the group is approached by the creature, Amo can tell that it's speaking Sylvan, and I assume you're just going to translate for the rest of the group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you here? What has brought you to our island?
Maybe can you translate for me at least?
Yeah, I know how to train. Yeah, he's speaking Sylvan. He wants to know what we're doing here.
Okay. Well, first off, I am Captain Sorok, Goldeneye, captain of the Blackheart Pirates, and, well, we're here looking for there was something called a piece of 8.
Abu Di, Golden Eye. Prince Ali, fabulous is he.
I will fucking end you. The figure thinks about this, but it considers your words. But all it says in response is, "We know not this piece of 8. But if you come in peace, you are welcome in village."
Alright, so it's a safe port, but they don't know the piece of 8 by that name at least. I don't know, maybe if we talk about their relationship, something they might know, but...
Give me a moment, as he unfurls the, drawing of it. One of these!
The figure cautiously approaches you and peers at the drawing. It seems to recognize it as it suddenly squats down and draws something similar to it. It draws another another pie slice, but in it is what you would recognize as a sailing ship. Like how your piece of 8 has a fish on it, this one has a sailing vessel on it.
Ah, yes, like that.
Yes, we know of this holy piece. Icon. Yes, icon.
Well, I'm here seeking for them. To prevent another that's like me, but worse, from getting a hold of it.
I would translate that as We've come on a pilgrimage seeking these pieces to worship. May we see yours?
There is a very loud chittering amongst the creatures as they all like start shaking and shivering. No, 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 we do not hold. We do not hold. Held by the mistress.
Could you lead us to your mistress?
All of them at once start shrieking. No, no, no. We do not go near the mistress. The three tribes. We live in fear of the mistress.
Well, do you mind letting us know where not to go so we can avoid her?
Or we could offer our services.
Services? What are services?
Well, with us, we have skills that take care of problematic individuals that often pose threats to innocent people like yourselves. If you're scared of her, there's probably a reason, and that reason is usually because she either threatens you or a number of other reasons. But, well, I am willing to offer my skills as a fighter to go and give this mistress a good walloping if needed, or a stern talking to, depending on how you want me to go about this.
Or we can get Helica to seduce them.
Either way, it's efficient either way.
Are not only would it get me to the item that I desire, but it will also free your people from the terror that she wreaks upon you.
The creature steps back and turns to start conferring with the rest of its people, clicking wildly. Eventually, they step back over. You are welcome in village. If you wish to deal with the mistress, that is your choice. We will not stop you, but we will not aid you.
That is fine. We just need to know which direction she's currently located, and we'll find our way there.
They point towards a vast, they point to the northwest, towards the really thick jungle thicket.
Oh boy. Well, as he looks over to the group, are you lot have enough lemons on you to make this journey?
Yes, I've been dying to get off the water.
Well,
The
that's for
fuck's
sure.
What's a lemon?
I mean, yeah, that's was my line, but I didn't want to speak over Bean.
The thing that keeps Gubby away?
I thought that was the orange thing.
I mean,
It's the same type of thing, but mainly same type of fruit, but in different flavors
You
and
know
colors.
I'm fucking with you, right?
He just glares a bit, but he doesn't say anything. And Jesus Christ, those things are absolutely terrifying.
I think they're adorable.
I think they're adorable
I
too.
agree.
It looks like something out of a pulp, like sci-fi 80s thing. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely giving me a 90s or 80s vibe.
And I just have a soft spot for green things and spiky things. Especially needles.
Okay. Either case,
All right.
Sorok will then turn to these needle folk. Mind you, lead us the way to your village, at least.
They nod, and like they start jumping up into the trees, just like stopping just enough that you can still see them, but like clearly staying ahead of you. As the group follows the plants off into the foliage, are you leaving anyone behind to guard the boats?
Yeah, Arilla will patrol the area, the beach.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say, but I didn't have a chance, that I wanted to bring Zathark with me, and he can stay on the beach as well to sort of be like a stealthy cover for them.
You got it. So you've got all of you. A druid who is with y'all. You've got Violet, Aurilla staying on the thing, Zathark staying on the thing. You've got the knights with you, the White Crow Knights, correct, Shinzo?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave half of them at the boats as well.
All right. Let's do half. And the pirates and the marauders, are you leaving any of them behind, Sorok?
I'm gonna leave behind the orc pirates themselves,
All right. But the
because
marauders...
I want to give the marauders a chance to prove themselves, kind of thing, you know.
All right. With that done, all right, I've got a good idea of who's coming along now. As your crew, as your crew follows the tree folk, the needle folk into the woods. You find that in actuality, like, the needle folk are expecting you to climb the trees with them. As you get about 20 minutes in, you like look up and see like they're like gesturing, you need to come up here. And looking past them, you can see massive... Oh, you'll be fine. The trees are thick enough to climb with ease.
Okay.
As long as you don't have a strength score that sucks, you'll be fine.
Thanks, Hawk.
You're welcome, nerd!
Considering that pirates probably climb very often, I'm pretty certain my crew and I are probably going to be okay.
Yeah, most of you are going to be okay. If you can't get up there, someone will help you.
Yeah.
As you reach the upper parts of the vessel, still thinking about a ship. As you climb up the trees, eventually you all would find hidden deep in the foliage is an entire town of as you reach the top of a tree, you realize that the inside of the tree has been hollowed out. And looking inside, you can see that it's been converted into a home. Glowing moss along the walls of the interior light what looks like a very comfortable little house. And you can see a few needle folk inside, casually gazing out towards you with curiosity. As you look around the rest of this village, you find that all of the trees have been turned into these massive homes. These trees are by the way, these trees are fucking huge. They're easily the size of an actual house.
Like, their width is about the size of an actual house.
Yeah. Yeah, they're big. The branches are massive. standing on this shrine is a huge, venerable needlefolk covered in thousands of spikes, all of which are raised up to the sunlight peering in from above. As its eyes open and gaze upon the party, some time it has been since I've met outsiders, yes. What brings you to Tolplan Island?
Alright, so Mr. Mayor Judge here has not seen anybody in a long time. Wants to know why we're here.
At that point, I will reveal that he was speaking common.
Oh.
So Sorok would step up and then take a bow by removing his hat and, bowing. Thank you for welcoming us to your home. I am Captain Sora Goldeneye of the Blackhawk Pirates.
Goldeneye. Goldeneye.
Yes, I am the son of Garthok Goldeneye.
Garthok. Was he the son of Darthok?
Aye.
Then I know why you are here, boy. You seek the Peace of Eight. The wood.
Aye, I do.
Okay, you still have the poem of the Asathalfinare. If the folks in chat want to try and decipher which one represents the wood. But it's hard to say smiles, considering he just has mandibles and clicking mouth parts. But it seems like he lightens up. And then you will have to deal with the mistress, yes. Deal with the mistress, and the wood is yours.
Funny thing, I actually offered to deal with the mistress.
Oh, a kind-hearted prince you are. Been long since we had one of those.
Considering my father passed away not too long ago, I'd be not surprised that having a friendlier pirate is not a very common thing.
No. The first sea princes who visited us when I was but a sapling. Cold and cruel, like a winter storm they were.
I'm guessing my grandfather wasn't very pleasant.
Darthok was tall and strong, but gruff. He did not like us. But he did not mistreat us.
So, a strong lad, but he was very friendly to your kind.
Yes. He was good to us.
Honestly, I don't see a reason to mistreat you either. At all, actually. You all just seem to be normal people just trying to live.
That we are. But that is for another time. You seek the wood. I know why you seek the wood.
My reasoning is a bit of a mixed bag. One, I want to gather our leads, but two, to prevent another from doing so.
To gather the pieces of power to prevent another from gathering them. An interesting conundrum, yes. You already have one, I've been told.
He chose the one that we currently have.
The old needlefolk gently reaches out an arm to touch it. Mighty magic indeed. You had best be careful. The mistress will want this. And she will have many, many agents after it.
Well, whoever this mistress is gonna need to fight it. Fight a pirate and his team of, well, I would probably call them landlubbers, but honestly, they're a good group of friends, really.
Yes.
Besides, we were able to beat the shit out of a demon lord. Lord? Prince? I don't know. Something.
It was a goddess.
Oh,
It was the god.
impressive.
Particularly one of fungus or something like that.
It was Zerknoy.
That catches its attention. Skutmoy. You had best be careful bragging about that one in these islands. One of the islands is home to the Myconids, the people of the fungus. They may not be happy that you defeated their original progenitor.
Ah.
But so it is. You are welcome to visit my people. The other two tribes live nearby if you would seek to gain their support in your battle against the mistress. But I would warn you, they may not be so welcoming as we.
I'm guessing your people have split in different groups, primarily in also one of the primary reasons being how you treat outsiders.
No, we are different peoples. Always have been. We are the leaves, the grass, the vines. To the northwest, deeper near the jungle, is the wood, the bark, the branches. And to the west, near the southern edge of the island, are the flowers, the buds, the pollen. As he says as he explains where the third tribe is, his gaze slowly turns to Amo.
Pollen, you say?
Yeah, at this point, Amo would realize that, like, Bigglesby is not by his side, and is instead kind of off on the side of this place, kind of like sitting down, letting a bunch of smaller needlefolk gently pet him. He seems perfectly content here. Like, normally he'd be chewing on something or trying to break something, but here he's just perfectly calm. Quiet.
Huh. Y'all must be real close to the Fae folk.
We've spoken with them.
So what's the over-under on the buds and pollens?
They are simple creatures. They enjoy living on the surface, in the massive flower fields on the southern side. You'll see them, yes.
I'd hazard a guess that the bark and branches probably the treants of some sort.
No, there is a treant in this island. The bark and the branches are... what did your captain call them all those years ago? I don't remember. But they are... No, that was something else.
Mm,
Does the mistress lead the woods?
No. No, no. The mistress does not. The mistress is cruel and wicked. She draws in our people and eats them.
sounds like a overgrown bug.
She certainly bugs us. Eh? Eh?
But in all seriousness, she sounds like a bitch.
Accurate.
I mean, excuse my language, but oh, do not hide the fact that I don't exactly like people like that.
He leans back, his needle starting to quiver and shift in the sunlight. Please make yourselves at home. You may set out as soon as you wish.
And Sorok would turn to the rest of the group. Up to you guys if we stay here or we start moving out.
Well, Steve send a message to the ship. Could call for reinforcements. Wait here for him.
What are you doing? I'm sorry?
I was suggesting that my druid probably has a spell to be able to message the ship and tell them, hey, let's land some more people.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was floating
Alright.
that by the party, see what they think, because that's a few hours.
That would probably be the best idea. Though they will need to send a couple of lads out back to the ship to bring the dinghies back over, so that way they could board them and then be transported. Mind you, a dinghy only needs one pilot, so considering how many dinghies we have, we could just send one of our units that way, and well, you know.
What does everyone else think?
I think I am ready to fight this mistress. With or without reinforcements.
Well, reinforcements would benefit us most.
But it'd be more fun without.
That depends. And besides, I do want to talk to these other tribes.
What do you think, Ikarath?
Yeah. I'm ready to go at any point, but I'm happy to wait if you would like some backup as well.
Miss Helica?
We are the backup. Where are the reinforcements? We could just go and tackle this. But if we... waiting would be fine as well, but I'm actually waiting to sink my claws into something.
Miss Chantel?
I'm lenient either way. Quite curious of the people here, but I'm not doubting our abilities to go on our own.
Well, it seems, at least to me, that we'd rather just continue as we are. Make sure the ship is nice and reinforced.
And could I do like the Phyrexian mind link thing and ask if everything is okay back at the beach?
Oh, yeah, you can do that.
Okay, I'll do that.
Hey, Hawk.
Yeah?
I sent you my guess on the wood part.
You are correct on that part. You want to share it with the class?
Okay, so my guess was that the ship that holds Adventure's will and steadfast until the end is related to Strongmoss is related to Captain Darthox / Sorok, which also equals to the Wood because it is a ship that's called the Wood, or a ship icon that's called the Wood.
Well done.
Yep, you are correct. No, I will say it's not directly related to Darthok. Go ahead, Chantal.
No, she goes to Sorok and just asks, "Is that the piece that you think was here?"
I'm gonna take a guess that since piece has an image of a ship, a poem has a mention of a ship that holds Adventure's will. I could only take that could only and there's only a few things in that poem. Actually, there's nothing else in that poem that indicates it's made out of wood, and the only thing that's made out of wood in that poem is a ship.
Well,
Elementary, my dear Chantal.
That elementary just I would have needed to hear the other name that the piece is called for me to make that connection pretty easily.
Fair. All right. So let's see here. So, what are... It's like, y'all... yeah. Helica would get back from Aurilla that she's already, like, flown over to the boat and, like, told them, like, yeah, bring some more people aboard. Bring some more people onto the island. We have a safe port here. And she contacts Helica back saying they're on their way.
Excellent.
So, it'll take them about an hour and a half to actually reach the party. What are you going to do until then? Because this is a town. They do have shops.
Well, Sorok is definitely gonna go and see if he could buy some interesting items, or possibly some ale.
Helica will go look for anything like armor or weapons that she could assimilate.
and Chantal links arms with Helica, going along.
Of course.
Aw, they're so cute. All right. What?
I would like to look up some potions.
Sure.
I would like to see if there's some sort of like rare item shop or something, just to browse.
Certainly. What about you, Shinzo?
He would actually be following Ikrath because he wants magical one-handed weapons, because he only has a magical two-handed weapon.
All right.
So,
Only one magic weapon.
I know, right? Well, he's tired of his freaking rapier getting destroyed, so he's thinking maybe a magical one will be adorable, you know?
Which, to be fair, is not a wrong assumption.
Helica and Chantal, you two approach, like, as you two are walking around, you get some instructions from a few needle folk who somehow speak common. And they point you in the direction of a large, thick tree. As you walk along the branches carefully, supporting each other as you do, you eventually enter this tree to find a well-decorated place, like a shop. And in it, you find all sorts of wooden equipment. You find armor plates that seem to be bound to mannequins with vines and straps of some kind. You also see some special you can also see enchanted like spears made of like hard wood, and shield made of wood, and well, like what look like thick gauntlets that would fit over the hands of the needle folk. It's all designed for the needle folk to use, no one else. But definitely seems pretty useful if it could fit you. The needle folk who owns it steps out cautiously and looks at you as you enter.
Yes, Helica having to been down to get to the entrance. He looks down at the pleasant needle folk person and says, what currency do you use here?
It tilts its head, then moves over behind its desk and pulls out a scroll that it taps and brings up to its ear. Then it looks back at her. Yes?
She looks at the scroll. Is there anything on there?
You can tell it was a scroll of comprehend languages.
Ew.
Say it again. Just try.
Oh, yes. She takes out a gold coin. What do you use for currency? And she kind of like motions toward the gold coin, like.
It tilts its head. Currency?
Yes, trade, essentially.
Oh, trade, barter. Yes. Favor for favor.
Huh. So if I wanted those gauntlets there, I would have to do a favor for you?
Or item. Yes.
Will you take gold?
As you hold out the gold to him, he gently takes a piece, like tries to bend it, nibbles at it, and just looks it over and then puts it back. No use for gold.
Darn. Okay. I have an hour. So what do you want? What do you want for those gauntlets?
He looks you over. What have for trade?
Yes, like, do you want us to sweep your shop or something?
No. What you have for trade?
I don't, I can give you, one of my rings. She holds up her ring, which is, she has like 5 rings on each finger.
He looks them over. Shiny, but no use.
I can give you the scroll of, but then again, I don't know. How about a potion?
Potion?
Yes.
You make potion?
Well, no, I don't personally, but I acquired this during my adventures. It's just a standard healing potion.
Oh. As you hold out, what level potion is it?
It's 2d8 superior.
Ooh. As you hold it out to him, he gently takes it, pops it, sniffs it, corks it again. This good potion? This very good potion. Yes.
So what can I get? Can I get also those pauldrons over there and then the gauntlets and...
He puts the potion on the desk, and you see part of the desk actually creep up around it and hold it in place.
Oh.
And he gently walks over to the gauntlets and taps them as the wood of the wall suddenly unfolds like vines unraveling in a spiral pattern to reveal a dozen more copies of it in storage. He rummages through them and then pulls out a significantly larger set than the needle folk would normally use. Comes over and hands them to you.
Carefully, I take them.
Yeah, these actually look like they'd fit your hands.
Oh, okay. Oh, one last question before I depart.
Yeah.
What do you do with your dead?
Yeah, hold on. Hold, please. He stumbles over and picks up, it taps one of his shields. Again, the spiral roots unfurl from behind it as he reaches in and pulls out a significantly larger one. And gently comes over and hands it to you.
I could take this. Okay.
Yes.
She takes.
Good trade. Good trade. Potion will be good fertilizer. Yes?
Okay. So what do you do with your dead?
Mulch.
Mulch. You don't preserve them for later.
What later?
Right. Okay, we will be leaving. You see anything, Chantel?
Do you have any stuff? I broke mine before.
Oh, that's a good question, Mega Man. Give me just a sec. What have for trade?
This rope coil? She gets her basket out. Oh, this is rotting fish meat. I mean, fertilizer.
Now, just give him this. She puts a scroll of Cloud Kill on the table.
Wait. She puts a piece of scrap metal. Any of these useful?
He pokes at the metal. Not shiny, but not useful. Fish good. Fish good fertilizer, but not very expensive. Easy to get fish.
What about this sea plant?
I have plenty at home.
The scroll of Cloud Kill. There it is.
All right.
As you put the scroll of Cloud Kill down, he picks it up and looks at it. As I actually try to find something. Right there it is. Griffin saddlebag. Haha. When you need a random magic item, Griffin saddlebag will save the day. He gently opens the scroll, being very gentle with it, despite his needle-like fingers. As he reads it over, his eyes suddenly go wide, or well, as wide as they can, considering they're just like beads. Oh, this powerful magics. Very powerful, yes. Good magics can save, can help fight monsters, yes. Yes. Just a moment. He stumbles off somewhere, leaving the two of you alone.
Looks around and just sort of quips. Do you think we should have a place that looks like this on your ship?
Like this. It's a little bit. I like my sand, you know. But why not? I guess we could install some sort of thing where you can hook your head into the thing and then you go into this alternate plane. I don't know. You reckon?
You have a Phyrexian ship, not a Spelljammer.
True, but still, it's still alien tech. Yeah, I don't know the difference between. I mean, obviously Spelljammer, but anyway, Alika says, you are trying to do something with that hell engine on the ship. Still is boggling my mind because I can kind of feel everything. So.
Thank you for doing trade.
I mean, Yeah, it would be no point for me to have it, honestly. Well, no, let me backtrack that. I'm sure that whatever we will get from the sky, it would compensate for that, so I think this will be a fair trade. I hope it will.
Here's mine. And she gives you a slight peck on the cheek.
Aww.
Hel-
Excuse me. No lesbianism in here. This is a good Christian server. After a moment, he comes back out, holding this.
Whoa.
What is this?
What the?
What you see is it in its third form, covered in moss with multiple growths popping out of it. Yes, powerful stuff. Very rare, very good. Depends on season. Try?
Are you sure I won't ruin anything if I use it?
Try outside, please.
She takes it and very carefully.
As you touch it, you immediately feel a pulse of power run up your arm.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
This is something else.
Yeah, this is a +2 quarterstaff. The Staff of the Four Seasons acts as a +2 quarterstaff that deals an additional 1d8 damage with each of its attacks, as long as there's a charge left, and the damage type is based on the season it is. Currently, it's summer.
Oh. She gives it a shot on the edge of the tree, very carefully, so in a direction where there's nothing.
Instead of a shot, you feel a charge pulse through the staff as a blast of flame cones out from it.
Whoa.
In its summer form, for 1 charge, you can cast Burning Hands. For 2 charges, you can cast Spike Growth. And for 3 charges, you can cast Fireball.
Oh, I won't need those beads anymore.
Didn't you already use them all to explode somebody?
That's true. I did miss that quite a bit. I think I'm quite good. She goes back inside, kind of a little bit frazzled. A bit of her ends are just kind of like going loose. She just looks back at the shopkeep and just says, "Thank you. This is very good. Thank you so much."
Yes. Thank you. This scroll will save many lives.
I'm sure it will. I'm very glad.
Well, we shall be on our way. If you have any, or if you know anybody who wish to see what's out there more than this island, you can come send them our way. We have a special place for them.
Yes. We'll tell.
Ta-ta. She leaves.
Chantel walks behind.
Alright, moving on. Let's see who is next. Shinzo and Ikarath. You two were looking for weapons?
Magical items.
Magical items.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll get the fucking saddlebag out again, jeez.
Yay.
As you two are exploring around town for a while, you get a few of them telling you, oh, you need to go that way, or you need to go this way. You see Helica and Chantel eventually walking out of a store, Helica holding gauntlets and a shield, and Chantel holding a very nice-looking stave. But immediately after they leave, you see the door suddenly seal shut. Roots growing from the tree to seal the entrance. As you follow some more of the instructions, they lead you... the instructions given by random needlefolk that you ask, who can somehow speak common, you eventually find yourselves standing in front of another huge tree. This one far higher up than any of the others. As you enter, a needlefolk looks up at the two of you, tilts its head, and blinks, as if expecting you to say something.
Hi.
Hello. Yes?
Ikrath would kind of look at Shinzo and just be like, this is where they told us to go, correct?
I do not know. I've just been following you, in all honesty.
Perfect. Great.
You are here for something?
Yes, the townsfolk were very helpful in telling us that you might be a salesman of some goods, if you will.
I am. Looking around this place, you can tell, like, this doesn't really look like a shop. It's more of a home. Yet this needlefolk standing before you, its needles are pointing down. Oh no, I almost have like a bluish tinge to them. It tilts its head again, expecting you to say something.
Shinzo would just pull out both his rapier and the longsword that he uses and look at him and just be like, I want these, but magic.
It gingerly approaches and looks them over. These are metal?
Yeah.
I cannot enchant metal.
Do you have one-handed weapons that are magic?
Yes. It raises a hand and twirls it, and suddenly the entire room spins and then is turned into a shop. You can tell an illusion was just dropped. Looking around, you can see that this place, like the previous shop, is decorated with weapons and equipment of all kinds, except that this one has multiple, like shelves and what's it called? Racks. That's it. Multiple shelves and racks full of all sorts of weapons and gear and equipment, all made out of wood or leaves or vines or something like that.
Shinzo would start browsing through them, seeing if he finds anything of interest.
Alright. What do you have for trade?
He'd look down at both his one-handed weapons he's still holding and look back at the bug and just raise them up again.
It shakes its head. Cannot use metal. No need for it. We have no forge.
Okay. And then he'd reach into his pocket and pull out gold coins.
No need for shinies. No metal. Potions, scrolls, other magics.
Yeah, I don't have much magics.
What have you?
Ikarath would slowly take off his cloak of the manta ray and show it towards the needlefolk and say, what would this be good for?
What rarity is the cloak of the manta ray? I
One
believe
moment.
it's rare or uncommon.
I was gonna say I didn't think it's quite rare, but it's a wondrous uncommon, I believe.
Uncommon. The needlefolk gingerly approaches and takes it. This is good. I can give something for this. Let me see. She starts pointing at all sorts of, like, spears, swords, weapons. Basically pointing at, like, the one-handed weapons. Like, you could get a +1 weapon to trade for this. If you really wanted to.
I am not really looking for weapons, personally.
What do you seek?
Some sort of accessory on equal level of this.
Accessory. Perhaps. Perhaps find something. Yes.
While that's happening, Ikarath would look over at Shinzo and be like, I don't have anything else magic. Otherwise, I'd help you, but...
Oh, it's okay. I do have one thing that I didn't want to get rid of, but maybe it can give me something. As he reaches into the bag of holding and pulls out the wand of web.
Ooh.
Perhaps be best if you go to the hive for this. What you seek. They trade in metals.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yes.
He just put the wand of web back into his back pocket.
Alright. And with that, we'll move on to Amo or Sorok. Amo it is. Amo, as you approach as you ask around about potions, potion shops, potion places, all of the needlefolk you approach point you in a single direction. And upon reaching that place, you find what could be considered a needlefolk graveyard. You can see it's basically a bunch of branches that spiral around each other and make a hole in the center. And around it are numerous shrines with dead needlefolk corpses on them, with many others like praying to them, or like gently touching them, clearly in mourning. But after they're done, you watch, like, one group is clearly done, and they just casually push the body over as it falls to the floor of the forest. Looking around at the others, you can see that many, like, needlefolk who all have their spines pointing down, tinged with blue energy, are extracting fluids from the other corpses. And you can see in a couple of the smaller tree houses nearby, like, they're taking these fluids in jars and buckets to these houses. As you look inside, you can see that they're pouring them into large vats with multiple needlefolk stirring them. This liquid turning into a pale yellowish color. One of the needlefolk approaches you. You have question?
Yes, what is this? Points to vat of yellow.
Fluids, potion, fertilizer. When...
Fertilized tree?
Yes. And us. Saplings.
Fertilize you how?
It looks at you like you're an idiot. Then casually, like, like it leads you in and gestures to like jars and vials of the same liquid that has been like stirred and purified, and it's kind of glimmering like very bright lemonade. It gently takes one down, pops the cork off, and drinks it.
So, food, no magic.
There is magic, yes. Invigorating magics.
Can I roll something to try to figure out what sort of potion this is?
Sure, go for it. Roll nature for this one. You can tell that it's most likely their vital fluids that's been purified and enchanted with some sort of magic. Probably in like some kind of invigorating growth-inducing serum. Probably healthy for them. Probably poisonous for you.
What about Bigglesby?
Bigglesby's sniffing at it, but he's like shaking his head like, no. Don't want it.
Thank you for knowledge.
Yes.
Know where invigorating drink for outsiders is?
No. Not many outsiders come here. Sorry.
Other tribes, maybe?
Maybe?
Bark or pollen?
Pollen.
Most maybe.
Pollen.
Pollen most maybe?
Pollen have honey.
Mmm. Thank you. Oh, I'll pull out a silver piece. Not useful to you. Other outsiders, very like shiny. And I'll give him the silver piece.
He gently takes it and looks it over, kind of like poking at it and nibbling at it on occasion. Like, thank you.
Water no break. Good in water and out. Last a very long time.
As you leave the needle folk to examine the silver piece, the camera will turn over to Sorok, who needs to make me a perception check, please.
Roger, roger. Fuck.
Even fuckered. I rolled a nat 20 for this.
Oh no! Oh no!
Okay.
That's not good.
So. Alright. So your character, Sorok wanted to just go out and explore and see this place, right?
Yeah, mainly. Yeah.
You walk around the town for about an hour, looking at the trees, the intricate, like, glowing moss that they have growing inside their tree houses. As you reach some of the darker parts of the forest where the foliage above is really thick and prevents the sunlight from getting through, you find that they have multiple, like, small saplings growing out of the huge branch bridges that rise up in, like, wrapped up in vines that have some sort of glowing flower on the ends, acting like a street light made of wood.
Interesting.
As you reach through the darker parts, you're kind of enamored by all of this. The whole place is peaceful. You can only hear the rustling of the other needle folk, like, above and below you on the other bridges, as you just stand next to this one, taking in the fresh air. And you realize, like, it smells really fucking good here. Like, the whole time, all of you have been smelling this. Like, it smells nice. It smells fresh. But here in particular, it smells wonderful. And as you glance down, you can see why. Below, barely lit by the yellowish light of all of these living wood street lamps, you can see glowing blue flowers, faintly glimmering like stars in the night sky on the dark forest below. Eventually, your reverence fades, and you head back to meet up with the rest of the party in the middle of town. As your whole group catches up to you, and all of your forces manage to reach you, your reinforcements finally climbing up the trees towards you. All of them are also looking around this place in wonder. As the party reunites, yeah, there you go. You are all back together now. So tell me, what is the plan?
Alright, so this is up for a party vote in this front, but my character wants to go to each of the other tribes to get their blessing on taking out the mistress.
That probably would be the best approach, because we don't know how they would feel if we were to dispose of the mistress. So, yeah, I think I vote. Helica would vote for that.
I agree.
I'm also on board with that.
Yeah, Shinzo would just nod at that.
I don't care much about the blessing part of it, but I would like to talk to the pollen folk at least. Seems they might have some healing elixirs that I know we sorely need.
True. The other factor of this, meeting with the others is mainly to see who are we putting ourselves with as in alliances wise. As Sarek will make it clear, it's not just this one time we're going to help these people. In fact, he wants to interact with these races a bit more often. Mainly as possibly as a sort of like, in case in the future we need to call upon allies kind of thing.
Yes, building rapport would be probably the best way to go about it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, and talk to the other tribes here would guarantee us this island at least as a potential place of safety. If that makes sense.
So, do we know who the nearest tribe is?
Well, if we are in the eastern half of the island, and we got a western and south tribe, I would probably say the south tribe would probably be the closest due to the fact that, well, the most south part of the island and the most part that I can see on this map anyways is down here, and I'm gonna take a guess we're along this little stretch of trees.
Yeah.
And the western tribe probably is a lot closer to where we want to go.
Right. Well, we shouldn't tarry then. Let's get on with it. Should we have a guide? Should we have one of the needle folk, at least?
Stark would think for a moment, and he would stay. I'll ask the elder for that front.
Perfect.
If the elder confirms, then I think we should be fine.
As you approach the elder once more, he looks up. Yes. Yes.
Hello, I have to ask this important question. Is there any chance you could probably lend us a guide to lead us to the other tribes?
Why? Quite
We
easy.
would like... Oh.
He points down. As you look down, you can see that there's actually a very thick trail that leads off to the what's the word? West. I know words.
I'm guessing this trail leads to each of the tribes.
Yes, yes. Leads to each of them independently.
Alright. Thank you very much.
Best of luck.
And with that, Sorok will turn to the group. Alright, ready to go?
Yes, I've been ready to go. Let's move for the southern tribe.
Everyone has everything they need?
More or less.
Yes.
And off we go.
All right. It takes, as the group and army... Well, are you taking your whole army with you, or are you letting them build up, like, stay here and build up a rapport and, hopefully replenish their stuffs?
Yeah, I feel like that'd be the best way.
I will say this, the Blackheart pirates themselves are going to stay here, but the Buccaneers, Marauders, and Archers are definitely following me.
Yeah, Helica will order her forces to stay and just help around with whatever these people need, and then we wherever we leave, Helica's forces personally will come after her and then talk with those folk. So.
Okay. Alrighty then. In that case, as the group sets off, heading towards the west, following the trail, it would take you about an hour of travel, but eventually you would come to a large clearing as you start up a large hill. This massive hill, as you gaze up at it, seems to crest up and up and up and up. And you can see lots of trees growing on it, each kind of tilting up towards the center of this massive dome-like hill. And as you walk up the hill, following the trail forward towards its summit, you find that all around you are flowers. More and more as you go forward, all blooming brightly. All of you need to make me a Constitution saving throw, please. As you all fall asleep and are poisoned. Wah!
Those are some pretty bad saves.
Yeah. Ikarath, you sneeze. Shinzo, you also sneeze. Pollen is thick in the air here. And as you crest onto the top of the hill, you gaze out over a pit. The top of this hill is a caldera, diving down deep into a massive complex is the only way to describe it. Stone passageways crisscross from different sides of this massive, deep hole, and a loud, droning buzz emanates from deep within. And then, all of a sudden, you notice the people living here. As all of them look up, bright blue eyes staring up at the party. As you see what can only be described as bee people.
I want 10.
Each of them are garbed with, like what look like robes of some kind, or like thick cloth. And you can tell, like, it's actually made of leather. But immediately upon seeing you, multiple of them jump off of the sides of this massive pit, buzzing angrily as they land next to you, spears coming up and pointing directly at the party.
And Sylvan, yeah, whoa. Hey, we are here on friendly terms. We just want to talk.
They all look at each other curiously, as if not really expecting a outsider to speak Sylvan. But they tilt their heads back and forth, chittering and buzzing at each other. Their legs and arms moving in specific ways in time with the beat, and with the clicks and buzzings of their bodies. And finally, one of them steps forward, spear coming up, as it stands before you, clad in what is unrecognizably metal armor, most likely iron. As it speaks Sylvan to you. You are here trespassing on the hive. State your business.
We have
Really?
come to speak and trade. I am here protecting this one, I motion to Bigglesby, under the orders of the Venerable Queen Vespia.
That gets their attention. All of them suddenly, like, back off, looking at Bigglesby with awe. You are chosen of Queen Vespia.
I will show them the mark on my hand.
All of them kneel.
Shinzo would chuckle. Haha. It seems Amo is a god as well.
More they respect his authority by the looks of things.
More like they really respect Bigglesby's mom. Look, I know you're not just a trust fund baby, Bigglesby. So, friendly terms then?
Indeed.
Alright, Sorok, we got negotiations open. I will translate for you.
I would like to meet the leader. I wish to talk to their leader for the purposes of the fact that I have intentions to take out the mistress of this land, essentially.
We're going... Go ahead, Hawk.
As you translate that, they look up. We shall take you to lead us. We shall let you meet our queen. You can hear multiple of them, like, clicking and buzzing to each other at the mention of take out the mistress. As, like, the Hiveborn start, preparing ladders and ropes for the group to slide down in order to access deeper parts of the hive. It takes about 20 minutes for them to fully set it up, and as the group slides down into the dirt and stone pit, eventually they would see that past the first couple of stone bridges, it stops being stone. And whilst it's well lit but down here, but at this point it's not stone or dirt, it's wax. Hardened, thick wax. You have descended into a literal massive beehive. The buzzing around you is nearly intolerable. as you enter, like sliding down these ropes or having them carry you or flying on your own accord if you have the spell. As you descend deeper and deeper into the hive, you can see multiple hiveborn of all sorts of different garbs and outfits gazing at you curiously. As Amo and Bigglesby pass by, I'm assuming Amo's waving with the hand of the symbol on it.
Yeah, I'll be on Bills. Be doing a little pageant wave.
All of them who see it immediately bow. And some of them see the others bowing and bow as a result. Like, oh shit, they're bowing. I should bow too.
You know, as weird as it is, and as weird as it is to see people bowing, this place still kind of reminds me of home. Sounds like it, at least.
As you reach the bottom, you find yourselves looking at a large double door. As a couple of hiveborn raise their arms, the wax making up the door slowly parts, slurping away from itself to reveal a large archway. As the party is led inside, you are flanked by multiple heavily armed hiveborn, armed with massive spears. And far ahead of you, in this in what you could describe as
I'll return the bow. It's a pleasure to be so warmly welcomed. We are far from home.
I am Queen Benal. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir.
Amo. And this is Bigglesby. Sorok, Miss Chantel, Miss Helica, Igaroth, Shinzo.
As friends of the emissary of Vespia, you are all welcome here for as long as you wish. But I must ask, for what purpose have you been brought here?
We've come here seeking the wood. We understand that it is held by the mistress.
The wood?
A potent item of magic.
What does this item look like?
It
Sorok.
looks similar to a triangle with a boat drawn upon it.
Sorok would try to pull out his piece of 8.
You mean the one that was stolen earlier?
Hey, what?
The one you didn't notice because you rolled a nat 1?
Oh, fucking Christ.
God.
Oh god.
The one you didn't
Dun,
notice
dun,
because I rolled a nat 20 and you rolled a nat 1? Oh,
Sorok, for a moment, looks... That's what I'll put it here. Keeps searching. Eyes widen. Then a face of rage. God damn it! Someone stole it!
a cup.
Oh,
Oh no.
stole it? What has
He's-
been stolen?
The scaled. The piece of eight known as the scaled, or something along those lines.
Do you have something we can draw with?
Didn't we bring that picture with all of them?
Sorok would pull that exact picture out. Hopefully, which looked at relatively similar enough to what he was hoping for.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy for her to recognize it. Like, she sees it. She's like, I am afraid I do not recognize this item.
Simply put, there's a mistress on the island here that has a hold of the wood one. I had hold of the scale one, but now I'm thinking that this mistress must have stole it. And then again, we were warned by the other guy about that.
We are aware of the mistress. She tends to leave us alone.
Well, I'm intending to dispose of her. To one, get access to the piece I need. At this point, both of my pieces, and two, to possibly benefit you all and no longer living in fear of her. At least those of the east, in the which also call themselves the leaves, the needlefolk.
The needles. The needles and the trees, yes. We are aware of them. And their struggles against the mistress.
Yeah.
But if you are going to
Well-
deal with the mistress, then perhaps we can come to an arrangement.
Well, that's what we were here for. In hopes of not only getting your blessing in us disposing of her, but also potentially any possible future alliance between all groups.
Indeed. I believe this would be possible.
What aid would you offer?
I will not risk my people in the deep jungle, but I will provide weapons and services in exchange for any gold you may have.
Really? Do you have anything like ale or mead, potentially?
We have fermented honey that some of our people enjoy.
Well, we could definitely use some of that. Any fruits, any fruits in that are similar to like an orange or a lemon?
What are these fruits?
He would motion for one of the pirates to hand him one of the lemons that they brought in.
As you hold it up to her, she buzzes and points at it, and one of the hive-sworn knights approaches, gently takes it and holds it up to her. She gently takes it, pops it open, actually rips it open with her bare hands, sniffs it, licks it, tastes it. Tangy.
It's sour taste.
We do not have this fruit on our island, not that I know of. But should a trade route be established, we would be willing to consider growing it for you.
Well, we could easily supply you with a barrel full of them, so that we could start the process of farming them.
You notice that like she's now like actually biting into the lemon. Like you can see her face puckering up, as much as a bee face can pucker up.
Yeah, that's how I looked when I first tried it.
As she does, you notice her whole body kind of quivers with the sour taste. And then you notice the wall behind her also start to quiver.
Ah, right. She's a queen bee, essentially. I kind of figured that was probably what was up with that. Of course, we have a sweeter version called an orange, which
The sweeter.
isn't.
And she looks like she actually just drops the lemon, which a couple of hive-born catch. Would you?
And Sorok will pull out one of the oranges from his own personal stash and offers it up.
A hive-born takes it, holds it up to her. She rips it open, takes a bite out of it, peel and all. And her eyes go wide. This is wonderful. So sweet and tangy. Yet not sour and painful like the other. Yes, we must grow more of these.
Well, we also have a barrel full of those. For us pirates, and, well, any sailor for that matter, having these on board usually benefits all of us.
Such a delicacy, and you have so many. Take them to the armory, my queen. Take them. For your barrel of oranges, we shall trade you one of our mightiest weapons of your choice. Do you agree?
I agree.
And she, as the hiveborns like start leading the party away, like you can see her just like chomping down into the orange, just like the juices dribbling down her mouth as she just devours it. Though you can distinctly hear her spitting out the seeds.
Okay, so at least they have an understanding not to consume the seeds and probably utilize those.
Oh yeah. She hungry, and she hungry and like orange. She not dumb.
But I will have a barrel left in her courtroom for her to of the oranges for her to utilize.
Yep. All right. As you reach the armory, they lead you into a... excuse me. They lead you into a large chamber deeper within. You go through multiple hallways of the hive, each one like with the same kind of archways. In between each of the arches, you actually notice like glowing spots on the wall, and each of them are hexagonal because it's a fucking hive. Of course it's a hexagon.
I mean, hexagons are the bestagons.
It's true.
I'm sorry. I had to say that.
They lead the group into a chamber. All along, like, this chamber is huge. A massive hexagon-shaped chamber with a domed ceiling. All along the walls are hexagon-shaped, like, pods, where you can see multiple weapons just floating, just levitating within as if by magic. All along the internal, like, that's just the outer wall. On the, like, there are 4 levels of this room. Concentric hexagons going down a level each time. And on each one, you can see shelves filled with more weapons and more armor. And at the very bottom, you can see a very a huge bow being held by a, like, wax hand coming out of the ground. As the queen has declared, you may select one item from the armory to take with you in exchange for the oranges.
And with that, Sorok will be looking over each of the items that are on display.
Pick something from the DMG.
Oh.
Like, there are specific items if you want to roll perception to find them, or roll investigate to try and find them. The bow is the most obvious one, but there are 4 other items you could potentially find in here. So as the 6 of you start examining everything and going on an adventure.
And you said rare? Or...
Oh, no. Like, there are up to legendary items in here.
Oh.
Oh,
no.
Oh, whoa.
So do we just roll to try to find them?
Yep.
Well, I would first of all like to ask about the bow, as our resident bow guy.
Yeah.
Like, what's up with this giant bow? And how giant is giant?
It is a large longbow.
Oh.
Ooh.
As you look it over, you can see as you look it over, you can see that the entire bow is made of gold, or at least trimmed with gold. It seems to be designed with the same kind of hexagonal shapes that the hive is full of. And as you examine the string, you see that it's actually made of a super thin line of honey.
I very much want this bow, guys. But also, I'm interested what else we can find.
I'm right now looking. And, there's a lot of things.
You have to roll investigation to find the actual good stuff. Otherwise, you're going to find, like, +1 items.
This is for everybody, or
Everybody can. Yep.
okay. So in place of that, may I request something else?
Sure. What do you got?
I would like.
Oh, damn it!
Go ahead, Shun.
I can wait.
No, go ahead. It's...
Go ahead. Sorry, I was making a noise because I rolled so bad.
No, I was going to request 2 of her B-hook that I could assimilate.
Ooh, you can ask of that of her once you return to her.
All right.
That'll be a good roleplay moment.
Damn, I was going to ask them if they could give me people to start a hive in Saltmarsh. But I think yours will be better roleplay-wise.
No, we could both have hives. Why not?
You say, why not both?
Yeah. Quiero las dos.
Okay. I think Ikarath might have found something.
Yeah, Ikarath found something, alright. Alright, so Shinzo would find a shield. As he looks at the shield, he can feel it kind of thrumming in his hands. And as he, like, puts it on to wear it, like, it feels like a good shield. It feels like he can feel the magic in it. A Hiveborn comes up to him, and that shield is the wings of the queen.
Yeah.
Like, actual wings.
metaphorically. He takes it off of him and attaches it to Shinzo's back, like holsters it on his back.
Okay.
Now, speak the command words, by Queen's right.
By Queen's right.
And the shield erupts into a pair of thick bee wings that start buzzing and lift Shinzo into the air.
Oh, this is awesome! I want him.
Look up. It's impossible for me to roll again.
No.
Damn it.
Alright. Ikarath. Okay, Ikarath, do you have Detect Magic?
Let me check real quick. I don't believe I do.
How could you not have Detect Magic? That's like the most basic spell.
All right, let's be nice.
No, I don't want to be nice. As
I do not.
As you're examining all of the different cells and looking through all of the magic stuff, you can recognize that a lot of these magic items are just like +1, +2 at best. Like, they're good. They're definitely good. But they're not amazingly good. Like, you could probably get these kinds of things back at Saltmarsh at this point. But then you notice a set of armor. Burnt yellow leather armor with multiple belts and pads across its form. And as you gently reach out and touch it, you can feel a lot of power thrumming from it.
I like that.
One of the Hive-born knights approaches you. You have found the Yellow Harbinger's Path, an ancient relic created by the great-great-grandmother of our current queen. Only the truest of Hive-born can wear it.
The truest.
The swiftest, the most cunning, and the greatest.
Does it need to necessarily be a Hive-born, or can it be someone else?
It shrugs.
Tell me a little bit more about it. That can be sort of like a side thing. He just wants to know more.
Yeah, I'm just gonna... he tells you that basically it makes you swifter and more cunning. And allows the wearer to also expand its power to a specific individual that they trust with their life. And that they are duty-bound to protect.
Ooh. Fancy.
Like, everything it does is built to protect someone else. And to avoid, like, being detected or spotted or attacked yourself.
That's pretty sweet. I like the sound of this.
Alright, and a Hiveborn approaches Amo. This is one of our most legendary items.
What, clearly? What is it called? If you don't mind my asking.
The String of Vespia. We cannot allow you to take this one yet.
I can understand why. Could you tell me more about Queen Vespia? I serve her, but we've not had much contact in quite some time.
She is beautiful, glorious, a true queen of the Hiveborn and the Fae of the Fae Wilds. All bees, wasps, hornets, and the buzzing creatures owe allegiance to her. So it is, so it shall be forevermore.
I see. Thank you. Are there any other items of interest that I might be able to take?
The Hiveborn all look at each other, and then look at, Ikarath. I believe we may have found it for you. As I'm assuming Ikarath would be gesturing to the, Yellow Harbinger's path.
Yeah. And I'd come up, ask, what is it, and get the same explanation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. Saltmarsh lore. I'm going to put that there. It's the last item on that page.
Was Chantel gonna pick something?
No, she was busy talking to some of the bee folk here, addressing how to grow oranges and lemons, and
Aw.
what wonderful blossoms that they make, and possibly if they could also make orange blossom honey as a byproduct,
Oh, they certainly can.
and even lemon honey.
They can do that too. The Hiveborn tell you that if these oranges and lemons produce flowers, yeah, they can make honey out of it. No question. Doesn't matter what kind. If it makes a flower, they can make honey.
She would definitely ask if they could make specifically those two types of honey, and also look at what their fermented honey was all about. Having her gold in her hands.
As they're willing to take you, Helica, and Sorok out, since you're not really looking at the items anymore, as the three of you return to the Queen, discussing the intricate nature of making all sorts of lovely honeys, the Hiveborn would be telling you, yeah, they're plenty good at pollination and actually crafting specific types of honey. They would be happy to craft whatever, special honeys you desire and keep them separate and, not mixed in with the other types of honeys. As you return, as Helica, Chantel, and Sorok return to the Queen's chamber, they would find her finishing up the orange. A small plate holding the seeds from said orange on it. She looks up as you enter. You have more to ask of me.
Yes, it seems that you are able to read minds. I would like. I don't know how to put this because, well, it would require you to relinquish two from your hive. And I know how essential all your workers are, but
She
when I'm
she squints at you. Why would I be relinquishing members of my hive?
well, it seems that all my diplomacy skills have left me. She bows and says, forgive me. I just see how efficient everything is. It's like the perfect machine. everything moves so well. How your hive is of one mind, it seems. I just, well, humbly would request that we could probably bargain. Like, you give me something and I will give you a little bit in return. Probably was the worst way to put it. She taps her head, and she starts to pace back and forth slowly, and she says, and as she's doing so, her Phyrexian form actually starts to become more apparent. I I would like a hive as well, you see, and I don't know how to put this in any easy way without. I don't want to offend, but I'm so inspired by what you have here. Would it be fine to at least just take one little highborn for my family?
You wish to establish a hive under your control?
Hmm, more or less, yes.
Are you a fellow ruler of your kind?
That
Uh,
she is.
yes, yes, if you
You're a great one too.
yes.
Helica, roll me persuasion.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, dude.
If I had advantage.
What makes you think you don't?
Oh.
I mean, Sorok and Chantel just backed you up.
She she takes out from under her cloak a dark bottle, and she says, I hold in my hand this vial, which contains my life's fluids, and from this vial, I shall fill your workers with all of my love and all of my passion mingling with theirs to create the perfect machine to protect this world. You see, it would be good.
I'm gonna turn your hive into a bunch of undead minions. It's good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, trust me.
All right. She one of the hiveborn gently takes it from you and holds it up for her to inspect.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Her shadow doesn't something out about Helica is whenever she moves, her shadow doesn't move in tandem. It kind of has its mind of its own, as it's mimicking sitting down and sipping some tea, and she's just standing there kind of nervously though. Helica.
The queen looks back to her. I believe we can come to an arrangement.
Yes.
Your lands, are they near his? And she points to Sorok.
Her eyes widen at that. No. It's quite far.
Much
I'd
far.
yes, I'd say a, a few months cycle on sea to get to my lands.
Then I believe an arrangement can be made.
Okay.
I shall create 2 fresh queens from my hive. Should you survive your encounter with the mistress, I will provide both of them to you to establish new hives in your homelands. They shall act as vassals for you.
Very well. I'll bring you the mistress's head if I can.
If you can.
Right.
Shun, let's be honest, you're going to seduce the mistress.
Okay. But Helica, yeah, she says, oh, that would be that'll be nominal. That's I don't mean to boast, but we have something akin to like God on our side. I think we'll be fine. So, have those queens ready for me by my return.
She kind of smiles at your bravado. We shall see how well you perform in the field.
Hmm.
But so long as she has a crew like us, well, we'll succeed.
Oh yes, yes. Do not pray for us. You should pray for our enemies.
She kind of tilts her head and grins. I would certainly rather not pray for that thing.
Good girl. All right. So, where's everyone else?
That depends. The fuck item are you all picking?
Oh,
I'd hope for the armor.
Alright.
Each one is pretty good, though. I'm personally not sure because
You've got the Wings of the Queen, the Yellow Harbinger's Path, or you can try to argue for the String of Vespia.
I was gonna argue for that after we got back from the thing.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I'm worthy now. I beat this bitch up.
You punched a giant plant hoe. That's how it works. And now you get the reward. Isn't that how Final Fantasy works?
yes. You punch chaos, and that's basically.
We're here to kill chaos.
I only played one Final Fantasy that wasn't 7, and from what I understand, the goal was to have one party member seduce all the enemies.
Yes. I fondly remember that game too. Yes, that was.
Yeah. But, yeah.
You're taking the Yellow Harbinger's Path then?
If everyone's okay with that.
I think
I
that
got
makes
no
the most
problem with
sense.
it. If Shinzo and you three basically agree upon that, well, I got no problems with it.
Well, who's actually wearing it?
I can't wear it, so it's
Well,
I mean, yeah, I thought I would be the one to wear it, but I didn't want to just be the guy who says that. You know, the loot goblin.
ask
I
Luke
think it
Goblin,
makes-
though.
I was gonna say I think it makes the most sense for you to have it.
Okay.
Considering it comes from a collection of other bee-themed things, yeah.
Yeah.
Both from like a character standpoint as well as like class and whatnot. But
Mm-hmm. For the record, the item says it requires a druid or a ranger to attune to it. Don't worry about it. You qualify as a kaiju tamer. Yeah.
Yes, Kaiju Tamer equals Druid/Ranger.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So as the party settles in and returns with Amo now wearing the very shiny yellow leather armor. Y'all are welcome to stay in the hive as long as you want. Do whatever shopping you want. Or you can head on for the trees.
Right. With
Sark
that-
would.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
No,
I
no,
was
no,
gonna-
go.
Okay. Sark was gonna actually say, or actually is gonna want to start heading out immediately, because now
The
that he
peace is
signs, yeah, he's a little pissed off. He's about ready to murder a mistress, in a nutshell.
Yep, Helico was suggesting the same thing, and out of character, Hawk, I was going to say, couldn't I just have my Sphinx just like snap time back and then like, but that'll cause a paradox. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
She's not that powerful.
Okay.
Violet and Chantel are holding a whole bunch of jars of honey. Just cause.
Alright, let's go to the other tribe. Pulse.
I have a business proposal later. I want to make a honey business and spread it out to Saltmarsh.
Excuse me, I am the honey business in Saltmarsh.
Okay, then in Avernus.
Now that is an untapped market.
Sorg doesn't care. He's gonna
Hello.
get y'all to make mead.
Hello.
In fact,
We are
because
Chantel and Amo Incorporated, and we're bringing something new to the pits of hell, something that they've never seen before. And Chantel holds up a jar of honey. Honey, it's sweet, unlike your filthy ass. It's delicious, unlike your filthy ass. And it's
Just like your filthy ass.
and it's nutritious, unlike your filthy ass.
Helica is already marching on to the next Pokemon gym. Alright, so where are we dropping next?
Where are we dropping? Tilted Towers, obviously. As the party is flown out of the hive by the Hiveborn, you continue down the trail for about like an hour and a half. As you do, you notice it's getting much darker and darker around here. The foliage is much thicker. The actual trail is starting to get really thick and hard to navigate. And eventually, you come to just a massive tree. I'm talking this tree, it's easily the size of a mansion.
If we haven't found the world tree, this certainly might be a contender.
And here, the trail just stops.
Sarok will start looking around the where the trail ends and more or less around the tree, there an entrance.
I would like to look between the roots specifically.
Alright, both of you roll investigation.
I swear to God, I need to get this skill proficiency.
Yes, you do.
That or increase my god dang intelligence.
A captain should be smart.
Can I knock on the tree?
You know what? Go for it. As Helica walks up and knocks on the tree, the tree suddenly shifts. As you can suddenly see a small creature climb out of it. As Amo and Sorok start investigating around it, they can see more of these little creatures crawling up out of it, looking up at them curiously.
Hi.
They're about the size of a halfling, maybe a bit smaller.
Oh.
But they look like small treants.
Oh, the babies.
Oh, cute.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was gonna be fucking Dekus.
Wait.
Basically, yes.
Koroks. Okay. Okay, cool, Korok.
Wait. I think These are our tree ants. They're just
No.
the very tiny. No?
No, they're not. They are not treants.
Okay, well they're what is called the wood things.
Yep, they are.
Those are the wood.
Yeah, they are.
Hey, Amo.
Aye.
You know the usual phrase. Hello, we're coming here in peace. We wish to talk to the leader. We're here to possibly kill the mistress.
Ah, yes, that thing. Right.
As you feel a thick rumbling. As the massive tree above you starts to move.
I think we found its leader.
It seems so.
I can understand common.
Did not mean to sound insulting. I was more assuming that we would need to interact with the smaller lads here.
No
Before we get-
offense is taken.
Huh. I never seen a tree ant before, let alone one as big and mighty as you.
I am very old.
Imagine.
My name is Greenbeard.
Green.
Oh, Greenbeard. I am Sorok Goldeneye, captain of the the Black Heart Pirates.
The Black Hearts. I remember Darthok.
Yeah, he's my grandfather.
Indeed. A decent fellow. But what brings his grandson here?
Well, initially, we came here when we had hold of a piece of 8, seeking another piece of 8 to gather all 8 pieces to prevent another person from getting access to them. Of course, due to this, and after learning over the course of our travels through this island, we find out that the supposed mistress of the land has hold of one of the pieces that we need. Wood, specifically.
She does not.
Wait, what?
She does not hold the wood. She merely guards it.
Well...
If the mistress knew how powerful the piece was, I wouldn't be here talking to you about it.
Fair enough. Slyphia, though, we had another one called the Scale, and, I think she might have stolen it.
And again, she did not.
Who did?
As the tree shifts, you can, like, by the way, this is going full Deku tree. Like, you can see knots and, like, branches, like, forming a face around, like, the front of the tree. And on one of its big, warty noses, you can see another one of these little creatures pop out, holding up the scales.
So you took it?
One of my little friends took it. They thought it would be a delightful prank. They did not recognize the potential dangers of it. The little creature jumps down and kind of like sheepishly hands it up to you.
Of course, Sorok will try to take it, but if he tries to pull it away, He'll
Yeah,
play
no.
along and pretending trying to reach it each time he just pulls it away playfully, kind of thing.
Uh,
Assuming that's the playful action.
No, it actually is handing it back to you, like, kind of ashamed of what it did.
And of course, Stark would pat his head. It's fine, lad. I might have been a little pissed, but if it was meant to be a joke, I can't hold any grudges against someone that wanted to have fun.
You are a good man, Sorok.
I wouldn't offer the best pirate that I know of.
Other pirates and sea princes I have met would have killed him for this indignity.
It's a prank.
And I am glad you see it as such. You wish to deal with the mistress.
That I do, with the blessing of you, more or less.
You shall have it. The branches suddenly shudder, and like glowing green dust starts to flow down around the party. Go into the jungle with my blessings. So long as this enchantment lasts, you will not be lost in the red fog of the deep green.
Thank you.
But know
Great.
this. The mistress is wily and cunning. She
Wouldn't
will
expect any less.
She will twist your path and turn brother against brother. You must be cautious, you must be wary, and you must not fall for her tricks. Stay only on the path of green light.
And as he says this, Sorok will look among essentially the assembled army.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with that thought in mind, I want to give you all the offer, the chance to turn back. If you feel that this might be a little too dangerous for your liking. I'll understand regardless. I mean, we're all mortal. We're all living.
Helica raises her finger.
I know, not you, Helica, but point stands.
Well, I mean, Shinzo's also a god.
You know what I was trying to say.
Well, I'm just saying, like, half of us here are either undead or a god, or have lived for many centuries longer than their natural lifespan should have been.
A lot of
Any,
Worried that I might burn this place down.
my point was, if you do not feel comfortable, you don't feel like you you don't wish to risk your life. Because mind you, this is a bit selfish of me, but this is also with the intention of protecting the way of life that we pirates have. I may be out here for the selfish need of taking all the pieces of eight myself, but it's also to prevent an even worse individual from getting it. Potentially worse.
Let's see. This is but a drop in the bucket compared to what we faced prior to this. From us turning on each other to facing a literal god. this, we still managed to come out okay. I just don't see why we should turn back now. We're so close.
Right. But if anyone needs more security, Chantel picks a piece of her hair out and hands it to them as a charm. I can keep my eye on you, if so need be.
As he turns to the rest of the crew, this is your choice.
I mean, there's only the Marauders here, and the Knights, I think.
I thought that there was also the Buccaneers and the Archers as well.
I thought you left them on the ship. Oh no, they came with you. That's right.
Yeah, reinforcements.
Which
Still,
my crew
point
could have
is-
ended up at the Hive, just for story's sake.
Okay.
All right.
But
yeah,
before next session, we'll determine who all is actually with you. Like, they're willing to follow you in, no matter what. I'll just have to figure out something for them to actually do in there. No big deal.
so
It's kind of a big deal. I don't know what they're gonna do in there.
I know, it could kind of be like the last time we actually pulled them out for a fight. Like, they're occupying, like, another force while we go in and do the main
Yeah,
dungeon.
Yeah.
that's
yeah, that's more or less the idea.
Behind the scenes.
right on.
But
Alright.
still, do they stand and fight with us, or?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. They are down. They are down to kill a plant bitch.
Okay then.
I'll look to Bigglesby to see how he's feeling about things.
Bigglesby is actually looking back towards the hive. Like, you haven't heard much out of him the entire trip. He's just kind of been
Yeah,
pensive, thinking about something.
he likes this place.
Seeing,
Why?
sorry, seeing that not only is his compatriots, but also the forces standing by, ready to march into a hellish jungle to take on a plant bitch to get a hold of a piece of 8. Sora smiles, grins. Then we shall march again against this mistress, free this land of her, and once again start uniting the pieces of 8.
A cheer goes up from your people as they all pick up their stuff and start prepping to move out. And as the group sets their sights on the deeper jungles of Tolplan Island, I think we are going to end it there for the evening.
Yep. Almost 3 hours we've been streaming.
Yep. So next session, we will actually have us a fucking jungle crawl. As the armies face off against the monsters of the jungle, the players face off against monsters in the jungle, and we see what the mistress actually is. Until next time, thank you all so much, very much for watching. My name is Hawk Johansson. I've been your GM for this evening. Also joining us today have been Shinzo.
Hello. Thank you all for joining, and be good if not be good at it.
Quinn.
Yo.
Shun.
Good night, and don't forget to assimilate.
Bean.
Night.
Dingo.
Peace, love, and coconuts. Or I guess oranges now.
Yeah.
Peace, love, and oranges.
Yep. And finally, Ryan.
Good night, y'all. Thanks for watching.
All right. So, again, thank you all so much for watching. Links are in the doobly-doo. If you liked what you watched, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you're watching this on Twitch, I will be streaming this every Sunday. ish, assuming scheduling conflicts don't happen. You can follow me on Twitch. That's it. That's all you can do on Twitch. I'm sorry. Link is in the doobly-doo for that. If you really liked what you saw, you can help support us on Patreon. Every little bit helps us to get more and more artwork done for the games and to help support our future campaigns. At a high enough rank, we will start running one-shots that you will be able to take part in. And at our highest rank, you can even join into these campaigns as a one-shot character. And that happens once a month. Furthermore, you can also access the Prism Blade Discord channel from the link in the doobly-doo. We'd love to have you joining us. You can chat with any of us on there. And let's see. Special thanks to our current patrons, Sarah Boozer and Sam. So if you're watching this on Twitch, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends. Tell your mom. Show your dog. All that good stuff. With that, thank you all again so much for watching. We will see you next time. So, Bean, what cup size is Chantel?